Hey bike farmers, thanks for clicking in. Don't freak out, I don't have my apron on because it's not that kind of video. This video is going to be about going to the Washington Park Velodrome in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I think it's the oldest active velodrome in the United States, and every so often, once a month or so, they do a track 101, and I've always wanted to go to learn track biking, right? Track racing. I always wanted to know what it's like to ride on a track with a fixed gear bicycle. So what you're looking at here is the very first bicycle frame I ever built. Frame and fork. I think it's all wrong. It's all sorts of wrong. It's just none of it's good. In fact, it will probably break. Yeah, probably. I don't know why it wouldn't. I fully expect it to break. It's probably not safe. They might not even let me ride it. But I used to have it set up with a real track wheel and fixed gear, but I found this really cool Sturmey Archer SC2 kick shift 2-speed kickback kind of thing that's got a coaster brake on it, so I can run it without brakes like the hipsters do. And I kind of hate riding this thing. It rides really funny, and it's just kind of a terrible bike. I built it with a bunch of tubes that were given to me, like just to learn how to build bikes. So I can't even tell you anything about it except that I made a bike and it's rideable and it's pretty cool. The only thing I've ever done with it is we drove to Detroit and camped for the night to see Slayer. And I rode this bike to and from the campground. So it's like my go to see Slayer bike. I've got an all city track wheel here. And so I want to swap over this tire onto this and put the track wheel on. We're just going to kind of swap the wheels out and the handlebars and the saddle and turn it more into a tracky racy thing just for the demonstration tomorrow, which hopefully I'll ride this bike. So here's that Sturmey Archer hub. It's an SC2 kick shift 2-speed. It's got a coaster brake on it, so we have to loosen this. It looks like a 8mm and a Phillips head. All right, so that disconnects the brake. Man, this is just good, high quality stuff. I love high quality parts. Get out of the way and off with you. Ooh, that's heavy. So I've got some giant road bike tires on here, 28s. Good enough for who it's for. Looks like they're gonna come off easy too. Look at that. Oh. Okay, so this Valex tape seems to be developing a mind of its own. It's gonna be problematic, but not for long. We will just replace it. This Ritchie plastic strip should do the trick. Yeah, that sits in there nice. I'm gonna go with the big cog energy because we're going fixed gear here, no brakes, and I'm too old to go fast. That's what I've decided. Okay. Spacing's off a little bit. Who built this frame? Yeah, my first frame, I was like, oh, I'll just build a track frame because it's easier. And, you know, really doesn't matter a whole lot. Okay. So, I guess I'd kind of rather not be way out here on the dropouts, but who cares? I don't know. I mean, what happens if I take a link out? I just have to put a link back in when I put the other wheel on it, but I'm never gonna do that. Should we see what happens? Let's see what happens. See how far back this is in the dropouts. I want it up front. Let's make sure that the wheel fits doing that. Like the tire won't rub. Yeah, we can get it in there. Okay. So this actually has a master link, which I know you can't see this. And this is how I end up with blood blisters. Got it. Oh, where'd it go? So it's like a BMX chain. It's got one of these. Comes apart like this. Take out one link. We don't want to push that pin all the way through because we're gonna probably want to keep that somewhere safe. This is my new super fancy Park Tool chain tool. I don't usually use it. Oh, there we go. Let's be nice to future Andy. We'll put the tough part on the outside. It's easier to get at. And then you can see what I'm doing. Blood blister time. This is how it happens. Especially on camera. Oh, that was it. Major dexterity. Boom. So you get the chain tight-ish here, right? It likes to be there, but the tire is rubbing on this chainstay. So if you pull over with that hand, then, so the chain's tight and then you do that, and well, a lot of times it loosens it, but that's like really good. This chain might be too tight. All of that made a lot of sense. Go, just rewind it and listen to it again. You'll figure out what I was saying. That's good. We're gonna loosen this. Just pull over a smidge. Smidge is a unit of measure. I don't know really what it measures. I think it's a bit. It measures a bit of something. Fixed cog, no freewheeling. It's an interesting feeling, that's for sure. Well, those weren't on tight. Oh, it doesn't freewheel. Makes everything so hard. All right, I found some cheapo Welgo SPD pedals in the bins. It's a really good way to hurt yourself working on a fixed gear. You can lose a finger if you ain't careful. Chris King, no thread set, 1 inch. I'm a fancy boy. I can't tell you anything about the geometry of this bike except that I designed it somehow and then built it and it wasn't even close. Okay, so because it's 1 inch, and good luck finding a 1 inch stem, we gotta use this shimmery. I have a feeling that something bad is about to happen. Nope, I'm okay. Yeah, so the Velodrome it's an hour-and-a-half drive. And it starts at 9. I'm gonna show up with my cameras and be that guy. So I'm gonna try to get there at like 8:30. I can get out of here at 7 in the morning. Okay, so that looks racy, don't it, hey? Okay, I suppose I just wrap them bars. All right, I'm not at all worried about this wrap job, any kind of finishing or whatever. This bike is as imperfect and infrequently used as anything in my life. I only keep it because, you know, it's the first one I built. But this is just basic giant gel bar tape, $20 stuff. Good enough. Gets the job done. This is the wrong saddle. This is a very nice Brooks Conquest all-terrain saddle. Does not fit my butt. It is really quite uncomfortable. And I just found this WTB saddle in the bins that should be just fine. I'm guessing on the angle. I generally like a little tilt up. Allows my body to sit back on the bike a little bit. Takes the hand pressure off my hands. Everybody's different. Oh, that moved. What a terrible job I did on this bike. I mean, this is probably how I should have had the bike set up since day one. It's really good. I do feel like this saddle might not be at the right angle. I'm gonna go take a spin quick. Okay, I think it's really quite good. I was impressed. I'm gonna turn those down a bit. And then, you know, I can get right in there. There's actually some flats. You know, if I really wanna put the hammer down. Is it put the hammer down or bring the hammer down? Oh, it's already been barotten. It's rideable. It's dusty. All right. I'll see you in the morning. Such a good feeling to know you're alive. Okay, so it is the next morning. Let's load this sucker up and go learn how to ride it on a track. Do I look racy enough? I'm not bringing any cycling clothes. I'm just gonna do this, just like this. Brought shoes I'm gonna clip in. I mean, this bike is actually kind of fun now. Oh, no brakes. Cycling gloves, bicycle, minivan. Nice. So here we are up on the road looking down at the track. Looks like there's some early birds out there warming up. All right. Go for a dip. 47 degrees Fahrenheit. Hard pass.
Hi, hey, good morning. My name is Mike Riva. I am a USA Cycling coach, and today we're going to be doing a Track 101 clinic, just kind of introducing folks to what the track bike's about, what the banked Velodrome is about. Yeah, so we'll go from there.
Looks like there's some bleachers up over here. Might be a good vantage point to watch a little bit. Oh boy, that is a steep embankment. Man, it's really hard to tell how steep that is, but it is very steep. Wacky. This is gonna be fun. Very cool. Look at this place. That's just a weird way of saying tie your shoes.
My name is John. I'm here with the Track Cats. We're a youth development team in Chicago. There's a lot of people riding in Chicago, riding fixed gear, but getting to the track if you got a working family is not easy. So that's where we're trying to get in. Give them some coaching and some support. Track is great. Bikes are great. Bikes are so fun.
Do you work at a shop in Chicago?
Yeah, I work at Turin Bicycle on Damon in Chicago.
Okay.
It's our 60th anniversary. We're a race shop. Whoa.
Race shop.
And for everybody. And I'll kneel in the dirt and change your flat.
How long have you been involved with the Velodrome?
I started racing when I was a junior in 2007. I got my 2007 Kenosha t-shirt on. So I love this place. It's special. This is the Bike Temple. It's a warm, glowy atmosphere here.
How long has the club been together?
We just started. So it actually, in 2008, it started. Jeff was involved. It lasted for 3 years, and we're kind of rebooting it now.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm Art Hicks. I'm the chief referee out here for the Tuesday night program. So I've been riding for 25 years. I've been racing for 20 years, and I've been officialing for about 15 or 16 years. I really love the track racing, the speed, the banking, which doesn't slow you down at all, actually speeds you up. So it's really an adrenaline rush to get out here and race.
Do you do other kind of cycling?
I do. I ride a lot on the road, or I used to ride a lot on the road. I've been curtailing that recently because of health issues, but other than that, it's been a passion of mine to be riding all the time. So
excellent.
It's always been a lot of fun. Meet a lot of really great people. It's just super. It's a fantastic sport, no matter what section of it you get into, whether it's just recreational riding or racing crits or cyclocross. It's all good fun.
It's the big cog energy calculator.
Yep.
Hey, I hope your silver armies like that back in like 2012, right? Damn, that's a good ass shirt.
Broken hands.
Not too hard, but not too easy.
He's got 2 broken wrists because he tried mountain biking, which is just a bad idea.
You got a 16 or an 18? I don't know the 17. So do you want to go just a little bit easier or a bunch easier?
Oh, 18.
Oh, he's riding. That's Jack?
Good answer.
I'm just getting an idea. Oh, okay. So we're going to need a little bit of a bend in the knee. Okay. Put your hands down here and look straight ahead. All right, we're going to drop the seat a little bit more.
That's the fastest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, quarter inch will do it.
If you miss it when it comes around, that's great. It'll come around again. Just keep pedaling with one foot until you're able to get it in there.
Okay.
And I'm going to open up that side a little bit too. Okay, so to brake, you just pedal slightly backwards and it slows down.
Oh, okay. All right.
And we'll cover that with everybody.
All right, cool.
All right, 5 minutes, one more lap. We're going to get started.
Yeah, if I win the race tomorrow, then I get to get a new ballista. I named it Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur.
My name is Uriah Pittman. I got in track riding a couple of years ago. This is a state bikes undefeated with some unbadged Bontrager D3s that I customized into track hubs. Also the crankset. Some weird bars we got at a bike swap. Her name is Pearl. Yeah, I've been doing this for a few years. Got teamed up with Gelbrooke, Spirit of Sport, to get some wild shenanigans on Tuesday nights. And now my kids are doing it too, which doesn't get much better than that.
My name is Mike Riva. I started biking down here in 1988 when Thomas Jefferson was president. I'm kidding. But yeah, that's a long time ago, different century. Currently, I am a USA Cycling Level 2 coach, so I coach the local Kenosha Velosport team. Retired from racing, but I can always come back. And then I'm also an official. I help Art once in a while, but he knows way more about that than I do. So with that, we'll go around this way. We'll introduce the instructors first, and then we'll go through the folks that are participating.
Yeah, I'm Art Hicks. I'm the chief referee for the Tuesday night program.
With fixed gear racing, the most important thing is safety. Obviously, we don't have eyes in the back of our head, so we can't see what's going on behind us. There could be somebody that's coming fast. So I'm going to use terms like up track, down track, corner 2, corner 3. You can and should communicate with each other. And it's the person that's behind that's responsible for speaking. Again, that person in front can't see you. So the bike, it is a fixed gear bike. Everything on this bike is bolted on. Before racing, you should always check that the bolts are tight. So obviously you have 2 bolts that are holding the rear wheel on, 2 bolts that are holding the front wheel on. 15mm wrench typically takes care of those. And I see you guys have an assortment of that. You want to make sure the bolt that holds your seat on to the seat post and a seat post to the frame. Art has probably found 112 different chainring bolts that fall off. That's usually the thing that loosens itself and falls off. I've been surprised at time I look down there and I'm like, there should be 5 and I have 4. You could probably ride with 4, but it's not safe. It is a fixed gear bike. The pedals keep moving at all times. There's 3 types of ways to pedal. You can put force on the pedals and you're gonna go faster. That's like any other bike that's made. There's what's called floating. Floating is just letting your feet spin around, keeping your bike moving, but in your mind, you're like, I'm still pedaling my bike, and it's moving forward. For some of you that haven't been on it, you gotta learn how to slow this thing down. It doesn't have brakes. Not having brakes on the bike, slowing down takes a little bit of time depending on how fast you're slowing down from. So what you can do is just apply gentle pressure backwards. So when your foot is at the back, you can apply gentle pressure backwards. It's not gonna stop you right away. You're not gonna come to a dead stop, but it will start to slow you down. And you'll have to do that 8 to 10 to 12 times to get the bike to slow down. All right, now I'll turn it over to Art.
So I want to cover what the Velodrome is and how it's designed. Shaped like a Pringle. You've got the banking in the corners, which actually makes you faster. Our velodrome here is a pretty standard velodrome. It's a 333 meter track with about 30-degree banking in the turns. We also list the turns by number. Coming in here, we have turn number 1, which flows right into turn number 2. Then we have the back stretch, turn number 3, turn number 4, and then the front stretch. So you know where you are at all times on the track. You can always tell, hey, I'm in turn 1, I'm in turn 2. Most of the velodromes that around the world use the same color markings that we have here, starting with the blue band at the bottom, which is actually the out of bounds marker. Now, you may not advance position when you go down on the blue band, but if you need to go down on the blue band or onto the apron for safety, feel free to do so, but do not advance your position. Come back up into the pack or the place where you left the track. Next up is the black line, which is the measurement line. That's where it's the 33 1/3 meters circumference is measured. Next up, we have the red line. That's what's called the sprint line. Between the red line and the black line, that's called the sprint lane. There are certain rules about the sprint lane, which we will be covering later. Next up is the blue line, which is called the stayers line. All that is a line that lets you know where you are on the track. If you're not heads up, if you're looking down, you're near that blue line, you know you're near the middle of the track. That's a great place to be if you're warming up. I save the sprint lane for the faster efforts. Get up near the top, you have the yellow line, which is also called the rail line. That's just a visual reference that lets you know you are next to the fence. You don't want to be on that line, you want to be next to that line. Line's going across the track. On this end, we have the start-finish line. Now the line itself is the black line that's in between the two white bands. And we always measure the front leading edge of the front tire. Crossing that line is when we know that you've finished. Opposite that, on this end, we have the 200-meter line, and just like it says, that's 200 meters all the way around to the finish. Between turn 2 and 3, you can see a half a line up there. I can't see it now, but that's 100 meters. It's right in the middle of the turns. Lastly, we have the 2 red lines on either side of the track that are in the middle of the straightaways. That's called the pursuit line. On most racing nights, you probably won't have anything to do with the pursuit line, but it's usually used for timed events. So if you're doing a time trial, you're doing a 2,000-meter pursuit, that's going to be the start and finish for those efforts. And then here we have the warm-up circle. This is where you're going to get ready to go out on the track. We always enter coming out of the warm-up circle onto the track, and we always, always, always turn to your right and look as you're entering the track. Even if you were in the warm-up circle and you looked around before you came out and you saw nobody out there, you come out on the track, you turn your head and look.
And then how close do you feel comfortable with the person in front of you? That's one of the reasons we have no brakes, is it allows everybody to kind of keep the same speed, and nobody slams on their brakes and then everybody accordions behind you. So people may slow down. You should always be looking ahead. So if I'm riding into this corner, I'm looking into that corner over there. If I'm coming out of this corner, I'm already looking to see what's going on up here. The sooner I can see people are starting to slow down or speed up, I can react to it. The one cardinal rule, do not overlap wheels with somebody. If you've overlapped wheels with somebody, just back off a little bit. If you've really overlapped, you can always go what's called up track or down track into the apron that Art talked about. From the warm-up circle, you're going to enter the track out of turn number 4 over here, and always look to your right to make sure there's no bikers coming. When you get off the track, we exit here into the warm-up circle. So going into the warm-up circle should always be this way. Coming out of the warm-up circle should be that way. Yay, the sun's out.
Yeah.
All right.
Feels good.
Got you on the handlebar mount. Warm up section here. Try to time it so I can sneak in behind everybody here.
Down to black, look left.
Okay. How does this work? Oh, it's just so cool looking. All right. Here we go. We're up on the blue. Oh my God. I mean, I just can't believe that my tires are sticking to the side of this thing.
Nice job.
My heart is palpitating. That was freaky. All right, so now down in the fast lane. Slowing down. Okay, I am way more uneasy than I expected here. All right, coming into this one hot.
Out to yellow.
Man, you gotta be flying to really use this bank. Big cog energy does not cut it. Okay, up here in yellow. All right, if you know what you're doing, you can use the bank to your advantage. Okay, so this is the sprint lane down here. Holy shit. It's just hard to convince myself that I'm not gonna slide down the hill. My God. How is this even a thing that people do?
Dropping to black.
Holy shit.
Down to black. Stay high.
Staying high. I am not clipped in yet. There we go. It is way harder to clip in when the pedals are moving. All right, different camera angle here. See what happens. Yeah, so if you're racing, you gotta have, I'd have to flip the wheel. Very interesting. Oh, my legs. Oh man. Those are different legs than randoneering legs.
Yeah, they are, for sure.
So racing on the track is all about speed.
Yeah.
Racing on the road is more endurance.
Yeah, and then I have a big cog on the back.
Oh, okay.
You know, and so coming down, I don't know, what do you call it when you drop in from up above, when you, yeah, it just spin out, you know, so I'm like, oh, you know, and I'm a,
And you feel like your legs are going to fall off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
learning.
people come with a gear bag with different chain rings, different cogs, and depending on the type of race that it is, they'll get in the right gear for that race. If it's a longer race, you might gear down a little bit and spin more. But you know, depending on your level of fitness, they can push a harder gear for a longer amount of time.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of already knew this stuff, but you don't know it till you do it.
And then, you know, you listen to your body, what can you do? And, you know, you slowly start to tinker and challenge yourself as you gain confidence on a fixed gear bike. Hey, let me try this gear, because like you said, you got spun out quickly, so I need to go to a harder gear so I don't get spun out.
A little bolt caught me, bro.
Try to keep about one bike length between the person in front of you.
Yep, don't follow the person going up.
No, we're gonna stay in the line.
Stay between the black and red line.
He's gonna fall back behind me.
You're okay, Grayson. Now back in the line.
Nope, stay down.
One person up at a time. All right, reform. We're good. Just get back in the line. We'll try again.
Just what the person in front comes off.
Only the first person. Slow down.
Huh? All right, I'm gonna go up. Yep, nope, closes. All right. Stay behind her. Us four are a group. All right, we're gonna join these two up here. So just get right behind, start to slow down a little. Nice job corralling them. I thought we broke into a race. Good job. Good call, good decision.
Sorry about that, that one's mine.
Who? Andy?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
What did you have loose?
It was in my pocket.
Oh. I saw your keys too.
Yeah, those are clipped on,
Okay.
but I probably should be.
If you have stuff on your person or on your bike that's gonna fall off,
Art.
that's a danger. That needs to stay in the infield. If we see it, it can't be on the track because I don't want anybody getting hurt. That was.
Okay, these are the pros demonstrating how it's done. Okay, so turn 1. Turn 3. So he's gonna peel off right there. And then he's back down by turn 4. So I think that's why maybe why the turns are faster, right? Is you can pop up. I guess he loses a little speed there, but then you get it all back, coming back down, boom. So you can use your momentum to pop up,
Yes.
right? And that
Yeah.
kind of slows you down
And
a
it
little
slows you
bit.
down. So you actually don't have to put any effort into riding up the bank.
Yeah.
And you don't have to put any effort into dropping back in.
Yeah, and you can get all your speed back when you drop back in.
Yes, exactly.
That's the
whole point.
That's the whole Pringle-shaped trackness of it.
Yes.
It's physics. You can't argue with it. It is.
Track is actually Pringle shaped, but the name for a Pringle shape is a hyperbola.
All right.
There you go. That's the mathematical term for a Pringle.
It really is a thing of beauty, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Isn't it gorgeous?
Iris and Grace, it's sticking.
You're good.
right, so you're supposed to go up. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And then it's got to drop down. So, I mean, I feel like I've gotten the gist of it. I mean, very cool. If you're in the area, you know, anywhere in the southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, Chicago, Milwaukee land area, come to Washington Park in Kenosha. You can go Google it, I guess. I'll put a link below to their website. There's a whole bunch of these Track 101 clinics all summer long. So pick one, try to show up and, you know, treat yourself, because it's different. It's weird and different. Yeah, I can see it. If I was closer, I could see myself getting into it. Yeah, I mean, this has been a treat. What a little organization. Very cool park. If you're in the area, definitely come check this out. Let them know ahead of time so they can try to find a bike for you if you don't have your own. A lot of these are borrowed bikes, so you don't have to be any kind of like super cyclist. There's somebody here that's like brand new. She was a skateboarder and wanted to try something different. So she's kind of doing her own thing, but she's catching on. This is community building at its finest, in my opinion. These are the types of things that not a lot of people get to do. And it's open to the public, and it looks like a hell of a lot of fun if you get into it. There are some Olympians discovered doing this stuff, so lots of potential here for discovering greatness.
Yeah.
Which, after this group, when do you want me to ring it?
Yeah, as soon as they come across the finish line.
Give them one to go?
Yeah. Having fun?
I am having fun.
Thanks for making it out.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Thanks for all the coaching, all the wonderful hard work you guys put into this. I mean, it takes volunteers like you to make it work. So
absolutely. I love
appreciate it.
So it's a unique feature in southeast Wisconsin to have something like this, and to be able to share my knowledge with others, as well as, you know, Art, Uriah, and others that have, Jeff Perkins, that's been racing here a long time. That's awesome.
So you were saying we're coming up on the 100th anniversary.
Yeah.
This has been here for 100 years?
Since 1927. So 2027 and 2 short years will be at 100 years. So the track has gone from a cinder, basically a dirt track, probably been resurfaced 4 or 5 times since then to the current concrete that you see now. So it takes a lot of maintenance on the city of Kenosha's part to maintain it. You see a crack. Obviously, cement's not meant to, you know, be up and down like that. So over time of cold winters and warm summers, you know, the cement cracks kind of the same as the road. So
when was the last time it was redone?
2015.
Okay, so it's about 10 years old?
Yeah.
And you know how often they have to like completely tear it out and redo it?
This is the first time we've had concrete. It's been asphalt before that, which breaks down a little bit quicker. So I'm hopeful we can get at least 20 years out of this.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you again for all your hard work.
Yep.
Let's get some race footage and I'll be on my way.
Okay.
The Velo Flyer. Look at this thing. Durace.
Did you get the disc wheel one of these kids has?
Wow, what a bike. It's the fancy stuff. If I had 2 words to describe myself.